From the United States to Chile, freak weather has triggered floods, damaged roads and sparked evacuations. After wildfires, the Americas are dealing with storms now. Over the next 30 minutes, we track the impact of climate change on different parts of the world that serve as reminders of the gravity of the climate crisis and the urgent need for action. Beaches are being cleared. Voluntary evacuations are underway. Residents are stocking up on essential supplies. All this as the U.S. region of New England braces for its first hurricane in 30 years. More than 42 million people are under a storm warning now. At least 7 states are in the direct path of Hurricane Henri. These states are Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island and New York. Henri is yet to make landfall, but its impact is already visible. On your screen are visuals from New Jersey, where heavy rains have triggered flash floods, trees have been toppled. Satellite images showed the storm intensifying over U.S. Northeast. Flood alerts have been issued as well. Millions are expected to face power outages. President Joe Biden has also taken stock of the preparations across the northeastern region.
Attention.
In New York, a homecoming concert with 60,000 attendees was halted. The New York City issued a state of emergency.
The nearest exit and proceed to your vehicles and protected areas outside of the event site. Please seek shelter.
Right now, from what we're hearing, the real impacts are tomorrow. But we want to start warning people now. We want you to make your plans the right way to really minimize activity tomorrow to the maximum extent possible. Stay off the road, stay indoors. There's going to be heavy winds, a lot of rain. We could definitely be seeing some trees falling down. We need people to be safe. So I'm telling you now, so you can alter your plans, prepare your plans for tomorrow. Stay in to the maximum extent possible.
And in Massachusetts, boat owners pulled out their vessels from the waters ahead of the storm. The storm coming at a time when coastal resort towns are hosting thousands of tourists.
If the boat was in the water and it drags its anchor or it breaks its mooring and it gets wrecked or it wrecks a few boats on the way, it could be very expensive. So the insurance company's attitude is pull your boat, it's safer, less damage can occur, and it's cheaper for them in the long run. When Hurricane Sandy came through, 500,000 boats were damaged.
The National Guard has been put on standby. Emergency shelters have been set up in Connecticut. People have already started taking refuge in shelters.
This goes back towards Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. Back then, they had the hurricane and some people were turned away from the shelters because they had their pets with them, and ultimately they didn't fare very well.
Residents have also been taking steps to protect their homes from the strong winds. They were seen boarding up houses located on the beach.
We need to put this one first. This give me that for a second. Then it's screw.
If you're feeling at all uncomfortable, definitely evacuate. If you feel like if you don't have a plan to go someplace else, you should get out. If you've never been down here through a storm before, you shouldn't be here. And if you don't have all the proper preparations, you don't have food and water and power, backup power on a generator, you shouldn't be here.
The impending storm has triggered panic buying in Rhode Island. People are stocking up whatever they could lay their hands on, as authorities said that a stay-at-home order will be issued.
I am anticipating it to get a whole lot more busy tomorrow. So once we close, we're going to be stocking up the shelves as much as we can, stocking up the dairy section, stocking up everything that is essential for people to come in. So a lot of canned goods.
The last time a hurricane battered the U.S. East Coast was in 1991. The Hurricane Bob claimed at least 17 lives. In fact, the United States is among the world's most hurricane-prone regions. But why is that so? Our next report explains the science behind hurricanes. Take a look.
Hurricanes form in areas of intense low pressure and throughout their cycle can build up energy levels equivalent to 10,000 nuclear bombs. Usually occurring in each hemisphere's summer months, hurricanes are also known as cyclones or typhoons. They form over warm ocean waters, when sea temperature is 26.6 degrees Celsius or higher at a depth of some 50 metres, when there's enough humidity, and when surface winds meet. When warm air comes into contact with the ocean's surface, it heats up and starts to rise, creating an area of low pressure underneath. New, cooler air swirls in to take its place. As the heated, moist air rises and then cools off, the resulting water vapour forms clouds. Fed by the ocean's heat and surface evaporation, the swirls of air gather pace, whipping up a storm. Moving at about 30 kilometres an hour, generally from east to west, the storm's diameter ranges from 300 metres to 1,000 kilometres. In just over a week, it can travel thousands of kilometres. The Saffir-Simpson scale rates hurricanes from 1 to 5, depending on wind speed. A Category 1 hurricane could bring down trees and cause temporary power cuts, while a Category 5 would destroy homes and cause catastrophic damage. Meanwhile, in the eye of the storm, conditions can be calm enough for birds to fly. Once they move inland or over cool waters, hurricanes finally die out. Some scientists believe a recent increase in number and intensity could be due to global warming.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.